Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for my latest video. This is a card that I cased, and I just saw it a little earlier, from Tami White. She's another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love this card. Now, the only difference for me from her card is that we both use the crumb cake for the background, but I use the Melon Mambo cardstock, the Melon Mambo ink, and the Melon Mambo ribbon on this one. And hers was the crumb cake and Concord Crush here. But the one we're going to make now, this happens to be soft suede for this one. Now the next one I'm going to make is going to be out of rich raspberry and crumb cake. Okay, so we're going to get started. It doesn't take no time at all. You take 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4, and you run these through this embossing folder. Can you see that? Let me see, maybe I put something behind it. Okay, this is the vintage wallpaper from Stampin' Up! I'm sorry, it's the Finial Press. Some days I just can't remember my name. And then the other one you're going to use is going to be the tulip frame for the other piece of cardstock that goes on the front of the card. This is crumb cake, but what I'm going to do with this piece and then let it dry is I've got a little bit of champagne mist in here with some alcohol. Now I know it looks green and it won't come out that way, but I use wintergreen rubbing alcohol, and so it smells really pretty, but it looks like this. But when it dries on his, the only thing you're going to see on this will be the shimmer. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Okay, now it's going to curl just a little bit until it dries. But then you'll see all the shimmer on it. So I'm just going to lay that up here out of the way. And then we're going to take this and our Blossom Petals punch. We're going to need the rich raspberry ink. Now, whatever color you're going to make your flower is the color of ink you want. So, okay, we're going to take our first piece that's already been embossed, and we're going to take our, can you see this? Rich raspberry, and open it, and take a brayer, and you're going to run your brayer across this, but keep going in one direction so it rolls. Because if you go like this, you're not getting it anywhere but on one spot. So just keep doing it like this. And then you're going to start at the bottom here, and you're going to roll this. And then you're going to get some more on here. And roll. And that's rich raspberry. Can you see that? On rich raspberry paper. You can roll as much as you want. Okay, we've got one done. Now we're going to do the other piece. And all this does with the brayer is hits the high points of the embossing. Okay, we'll close this up. Make sure you're working on a throwaway surface, or like I actually under here I have a glass surface, but then I'm always having to clean that. This way I can just wad this up. Okay, now we're going to take this Blossom Petal Punch. Now all we want to punch is this big one 8 times. And if you do it correctly, you can get quite a few out of here. We'll just put that to the side. And then we'll go over on this side. Put that over there. And then just tear some of this off. There's 3. 4. Okay, we've got 8 pieces over there. I'm just going to pull these little pieces up. Get rid of those. Now we're going to do a couple of leaves, but hold on for just a second and let me get. Okay, I'm going to use my garden green here and just do the tip of it here. 4, 2 leaves. There we go. There's 1 and there's 2. Okay, so now we're done with that. We're going to start putting it together. So what you need is this. Okay, can you see? There you go. Can you see the champagne mist shimmer on there? It just shimmers. Okay, we're going to take this and some snail, and we're going to put 4 of these on here. Just going to put some snail on the back and kind of center it right like that. Okay, then we're going to do another one straight across like this. But before I finish, I'm going to take a piece of rich raspberry ribbon. Now, I didn't have any, so I took the re-inker for the rich raspberry and my Whisper White ribbon and ran it across there and made a matching bow. Now, this has clear on the sides, but you can run this right down the center and you won't see the glue. And what you do is you put it under this first one, just like that. And you don't need that much, that's enough for 2 cards, but you just put it on the one side. Now you can go and put as much as you want and put these on. Now after you get these 4 on, like this, okay, the other 4 you're going to hold, take your bone folder, and you're going to go like this, and you're going to curl them. Okay, now we're going to take a Stampin' Dimensional and stick right here. I found this works better than the snail for this part. And you're just going to take this and put the tip on, this and put the tip on, then turn it and put the tip on, and then put the tip on this side. Okay, now you've got your flower. Now, I'm not going to put a little tag holder here. I am just going to use, this is called A Word for You, and it's got just different sayings on it. So I'm going to use the one that says thanks big time with my C block and the rich raspberry ink. So we're going to open that again. And I don't know, I could put this the other way, but for some reason I like to put my stamps on cockeyed. Okay, we're going to give this a good press. And there we go. Can you see that? Okay. And then, of course, don't forget to use your Stampin' Scrub to clean your stamp. And voila, nice and clean all over again. But you can do the same thing, and I haven't cleaned this yet, but with your brayer and clean it off too. I haven't finished in the center yet. So we're going to put a brad in the middle. Now, I don't have any of the antique brads, but I do have some of these really big brads. And let's see, that one might be nice. A littler one. I think I'm going to go with this really big one. I think you can do any size. Now, I would like this, instead of being silver, a different color. So let's see. I'm going to use my marker. I've got a rich raspberry marker here. And just like I did the there's a rich raspberry topper there. Okay, so now I'm just going to let that dry a little bit. Now, I've got two of the crocodiles. I've got this one, and I've got this one. Now, you can use either one of these to make the hole, but I've got tendonitis in this arm, and this one's a little bit harder for me. So I'm going to use this super simple one. Okay, I'm going to go right down through the center of this. And do it just like I would the other one. Okay, let's sit that back on there. This should be dry now, and we're going to stick it right through the center, and we're going to open it. Okay, there we go. Isn't that beautiful so far? I know it doesn't look so good on this, but isn't that a beautiful card? Okay, now to put it on, we're going to do color on color again. So we're going to take dimensionals and put on each end. That's why it didn't matter if you put a brad there and you had that there, because it's all going to be hidden. You're not going to see it. Okay, I know I keep saying this, but these stamp dimensionals are the easiest dimensionals I've ever used in my entire life. Having long nails, I can never get these things off, and with these, for some reason, it's just too easy for me. Okay, put the card down. And there you go. Okay, what do you think about that? Isn't that a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous card? I am amazed that Tami White made the most beautiful card, and actually, I think it's just as pretty in the rich raspberry with the crumb cake. But you know, since I was out of the Concord Crush, I'd use this, but I think it looks just as beautiful. But you put ink on paper, and then with embossing, and then embossing with one color on a card of the same exact color that the embossing is. And that's just a really classy card. And I think that you should go to Tami White's site and check out the rest of her stuff. But this was just too wonderful for me to pass up. So this is my cased card from Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Tami White. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll be back soon with another tutorial. Thanks for stopping by.